Huge thank you to Geology for partnering with me to sponsor today's video. We will have an ad from them somewhere in the middle. Grand Theft Auto 6 is trending once again. I've been meaning to make this video for a minute, especially since this happened.
Rockstar just announced a $50 conversion of the original Red Dead Redemption for the PlayStation 4 and Switch that has no mention of a 4K update, no mention of 60 FPS, and no mention of multiplayer support.
And like a lot of people were very strongly agreeing with the sentiment. And I found that to be like such a frustrating comment that I know Destin understood that he misspoke, but I have many things to say here. And amazingly, one of the things I think I'm going to say in this video has like become an unpopular opinion, which is just so nuts to me, but we'll get to it. Okay. In case you haven't seen, GTA 6 is once again trending. It's trending on YouTube. It is trending on Twitter, as it does every 6 months or so, because some idiot with a Twitter account leaks something falsely saying that the GTA 6 trailer is going to drop, even though Rockstar has implied nothing at all, and everybody falls for it every time because they're so excited, despite the fact that most of these people who are leakers, who like people actually follow on Twitter, rarely get anything right, like so rarely, but people just ignore every time they were wrong. Like, it's such a weird thing. Every time this happens, we go through this same weird cycle where people get mad that Rockstar haven't said anything, even though Rockstar never said they were going to say anything. And then the hype dies down and people stop being upset, and then it just continues in another however many months. Like, it's such a weird landscape to exist in. Essentially, someone at some point may be right about GTA 6 leaks, but until Rockstar says something, you should assume that they are all lying for attention because it is such an easy thing to lie about and you always give people attention. Here I am doing it now. There have also been some fake leaks for GTA 6 trailers, if you haven't seen those, where people have like legitimately actually already put up trailers that are just clearly not real, and somehow people are falling for them. This one here is actually like a very good example of a fake trailer. It's from Grand Theft Auto VI on YouTube. It has 1.2 million views, and this is actually like a pretty well edited trailer. Obviously not real, but it's still being shared around the internet anyway. If it's not from their actual account, you just gotta click through. It is not real. It just genuinely, like, this is a sick trailer. Like, this person did a really good job. Again, usually fake. All of it almost always is. But here's the thing that I actually want to talk about. People might get upset with me for this one. Call me a shill. Call me a simp. I don't know if that word applies. Call me biased. Call me whatever name you want under the sun. I stand by it. There has been this recent shift of people just really shitting on Rockstar games. A lot of this happened pretty recently when the GTA Remastered trilogy came out and noticeably had very poor review scores across the board. 54 Metascore. That is rough. People have essentially been shitting on Rockstar for that. The quality of Rockstar games has gone down. All Rockstar Games cares about is shark cards. They're selling out for GTA Online. Red Dead Online sucks. Rockstar is the worst. Here's my hot take, okay? I can't believe this is a hot take. I think that Rockstar are this is clearly my personal opinion, and I'm having to remove several factors, but I think they are the number one, like literally the greatest AAA studio, the highest quality of all time. And the weird flip on the script recently is so confusing to me, because I know I've said this across my channel many times. You are blaming the wrong people for the things you don't like. The GTA Remastered trilogy that came out and had like terrible rain effects and was super buggy and there's like a ton of like really bad decisions was not made by Rockstar. The people you would actually want to blame for this are Take-Two, the publisher. It was a port made by a separate developer. Rockstar actually had nothing to do with it. For the separate portion of this, people talking about GTA Online, Red Dead Online. While that is obviously a big part of Rockstar Games' workforce who are working on those games, and obviously GTA Online is like one of the most successful properties of all time. It makes so much money, like unfathomable amounts of money, disgusting amounts of money. GTA Online revenue. This article from June says GTA 5 has earned 7.7 billion since its release in 2013 and is aiming or looking to cross the 10 billion mark. That is so much more than any Hollywood movie. That is so much more than vast majority of games. We look at the highest selling games of all time, like just highest selling games. Red Dead Redemption 2 is at 55 million. Grand Theft Auto 5 is at 185 million, only beaten by Minecraft and Tetris. GTA 5 was the fastest entertainment medium across all platforms to reach $1 billion in revenue, and is actually considered to be one of the most, if not the most, I wasn't able to find super up-to-date resources for this, but at least from data that goes back to 2018, Grand Theft Auto 5 is the most profitable entertainment release ever. It's huge. Now, that's not me telling you that GTA Online is inherently good quality. I mean, I've played a lot of GTA Online, but that's not why I love Rockstar. Here's my conclusion here of just this criticism that I hear so often of like, all they care about is Red Dead Online, all they care about is GTA Online. These properties suck, blah, they're not doing what we want, blah. It is time to talk about geology. I've been trying to get into skincare recently, but it is so overwhelming. There are people who recommend these like 10-step routines with all these different products, half of which have like ingredients lists that are basically not even in English. It's really hard to find information and find somebody you trust. Geology takes care of all of that. If you haven't already heard of them, Geology is a 26-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company recognized in Men's Health, Hypebeast, Birdie, Esquire, Ask Men, and Oprah Daily Grooming Awards. They create simple and effective skincare routines just for you. And I loved the experience getting my actual Geology skincare. It was just a really simple questionnaire. I'm someone who has really oily skin. I always have, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about it. I also noted that I always look tired. I often have bags under my eyes, but that's virtually all that I had to do, and they took care of the rest of it for me. I got a face wash, which I absolutely love using. It's really lightweight and still smells really nice, froths up really nice, but it doesn't feel like it's drying. A moisturizer with SPF 15, which I feel like is very, very, very important. And then my little night set here that I absolutely love. Also, one of my favorite things about this that makes it so much less confusing is it says the step number on it. Their products are built around just a handful of really powerful proven ingredients rather than really long ingredients lists. They've won over 26 prestigious awards. They have over 7,000 5-star reviews. And it's really easy to see why. They just make it really easy, really simple, and thus very easy to stick to. So use my code CHARALANAHS70 or scan the QR code that has been on screen throughout this ad and they will give you an exclusive 70% off their award-winning skincare trial set. On top of that, you can add 30% on the add-ons products of your choice when you add it to your trial. This is one of the best offers you will see. Get it while it lasts, and a huge thanks to Geology for working with me. I think it's made such a huge difference and I'm such a fan of these products. Sure, they may have issues with them. I don't even know what the issues are. I'm not part of those communities. But I'm not doubting that you have worthwhile criticisms. Here's the thing. I feel this way about Grand Theft Auto since 3, which is the first one that I played. Vice City, San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption 2. I think are legitimately some of the best games ever created in the existence of mankind and will stand up that way. Like, they are such high quality and they change the industry. They are like a juggernaut of a release that makes everybody turn their heads. Mainstream media knows what Grand Theft Auto is. It is such a juggernaut of a thing. And the only reason that a GTA 6 is essentially able to exist in the capacity that it in theory is, I mean, we know that they're working on it. They did have to deal with some leaks earlier this year, unfortunately, or maybe that was late last year, who even knows anymore. We know they're working on it. The shark card economy, the Red Dead Online economy, those things are being supported because that's the only way in the current landscape of game development where everybody's getting laid off and everybody's having budget cuts that you can justify making the next juggernaut of a game. GTA 6, I would bet all the money I have that GTA 6 will be the most expensive game ever made upon the time of release. The only way that you justify making the most expensive game in terms of like a single player experience that has the level of detail and immersion and storytelling and performances that Rockstar absolutely nails, and like it's nuts to me that anyone would refute this. Like, you don't think Red Dead Redemption 2 is like an absurdly high quality video game? Like, are you out of your mind? Is because of the shark card economy. There is absolutely no way that Grand Theft Auto 6, Red Dead Redemption 2, or even Grand Theft Auto 5 are allowed to exist without those properties having little side pieces that generate effectively infinite wealth. These games are so massive and so expensive and so, like I said, industry pushing in my opinion, that they are just such an anomaly. And for all the frustration people have about like waiting for a new GTA 6 and they're constantly being marketed new GTA Online things when they're like, just give us GTA 6. It's like a freak accident that Rockstar is able to make as much money as it is for the online component, very monetized online component of what was originally built as a very core, very personal, very dramatic, very violent single player series. There are many franchises that have attempted to do this exact same thing, which is like you have this one side of the property and you try to make a single player version or you try to make an online version and they usually fail. Grand Theft Auto exists in such a unique place where they happen to have the same property that is giving them all of their money to make the single player game as like a little slice of an aside. So for every time that I'm being advertised GTA Online and I'm wanting to see Grand Theft Auto 6, I go, I get it. If I have to sit through 10,000 updates for GTA Online in order to get the most money spent on Grand Theft Auto 6 to have a game that no other studio can even attempt to make, like their scope is just so big, I will watch every ad you would like me to watch because you get to make something that no other studio on the planet gets to make. Nobody gets to spend as much money as Rockstar does on their single player experiences. And that's why it's like kind of drives me nuts when people compare Rockstar games to other games. Like I did it myself this week. I was looking at the Snake Eater demo, which is in Unreal 5, and you see Snake walking through some mud and you don't see footprints. And I was like, no footprints. If Rockstar would have had footprints. Did you see the snow in Red Dead 2? Like, even I did that in my head. Though clearly I know there's no way that the amount of money being spent even on Snake Eater is anywhere near the amount of money that Rockstar gets to spend on any of the games they make. For every comparison video talking about Rockstar did this in 2018 with Red Dead Redemption 2, which like, okay, maybe some of you do understand the quality. Like, why do we shit talk them so much? It's crazy. And you put that next to any other game, they're not in the same playing field. Obviously, Rockstar is full of very talented, very hardworking people who we've heard of some terrible working conditions come out of Rockstar. It sounds like there was a lot of crunch. I don't know if that's still happening, but those reports were there around the time that Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. That is obviously worth noting. I'm not trying to take any of their hard work away from them by saying, well, they have so much money, but they do. Like, again, they are in a league of their own. I firmly believe they are making consistently the greatest video games we have. Like really, I think if you hate Rockstar for the reasons that I suspect people do, which again seems to be criticism of GTA Online or criticism of Red Dead Online not functioning in the ways that they would like them to, or all of the advertising, I maintain that those things existing in the way they do is the only reason they are allowed to spend as much money on it as they do on something like GTA 6 or Bully 2 or Red Dead 3 or whatever else it is that they're working on. They exist in this lane of their own that nobody else even gets to touch, where they have so much goddamn money and so much time. And every time that I see somebody yelling on the internet about wanting Rockstar to just release a GTA 6 trailer, I feel like my brain is melting. Because if you want Rockstar to release a GTA 6 trailer before they're ready to, you're just going to be pissed off if it gets delayed and you have to wait too long. Or you are effectively like rushing something that you know is going to be the most expensive video game ever made. Like, do you understand what I'm saying and why this whole GTA 6 like news cycle ecosystem just drives me nuts? All Rockstar do is GTA Online. That's how they fund the next thing they're doing that I am happy to patiently wait for forever. Maybe I'm overly passionate about this, okay? I get it. It's just such a weird part of the discourse. And we are, in my opinion, again, call me a Rockstar shill 1,000 times over. I wear that as a badge of pride. We are lucky as gamers to exist in a landscape where we can have the studio that makes a Grand Theft Auto single player experience, which I'm assuming they're making. God, I fucking hope they're making. The minute that they go like always online, I'm going to cry and leave the games industry, but I doubt it. But they are making the thing that also funds the other thing. It never happens. For almost everybody else, if they want to fund the most expensive game ever made, they can't scope, they get cuts, they have a time constraint, it has to be out by a certain date, it gets pushed out early. I think that's exactly what happened to Cyberpunk. Or it has microtransactions in it, it's monetized out the arse in other ways. Like the fact that they are able to exist where they have this one thing funding the other thing, and the other thing is very rare and only comes out every few years, but is so fucking good, and you can see that money pipeline is just... I feel lucky to exist in this world, okay? Stop shit-talking Rockstar for not giving you a trailer. Understand why GTA Online and everybody spending all of their money on it is actually good. Like, it's one of the few instances of money clearly going back into the development and not necessarily to the Take-Two CEO, who I'm sure it's also going to, but you understand my point. It's like literally you can see that pipeline. You see GTA Online, you see Red Dead Redemption 2, and you go, oh, that's why they have the footsteps in the snow. That's where their money's coming from. It's just, oh, I don't know. Again, maybe I sound insane. I might sound like a fanboy. I am. I just feel like every time I see people talk about this and like get mad at Rockstar, I think I'm going insane.